All right, everybody, welcome back. Today is a Monday, and unfortunately, well, I guess unfortunately, that makes no sense. Fortunately, it is the next day of ESEA Advanced Season 40. Up tonight, we do have Snakes Den versus Ducky Esports. Snakes Den currently 2-0, and Ducky Esports currently 0-2. Snakes Den won both of the last maps and overpassed both those maps. Well, I ended up casting them. Second one, not so much. A little bit of a mishap there with the Limitless game going over in that specific night, but I will have the chance to cast tonight's game full length without any issues, hopefully. I'm gonna knock on some wood for the time being, but Ducky Esports, they did end up playing Vertigo and Inferno, so this will be the first time we see Ancient from both of these teams, but it's not looking very good for Ducky Esports. As I said before, they're 0-2. They lost on Vertigo and Inferno, but their last map 4 days ago was against Monroe Peak. A couple of good players on that roster, but that was recently formed, and they lost 16-0. That is not a forfeit loss, from what I could tell. And so, looking to try to recover from a pretty disastrous start here at the start of the season, Ducky Esports going to try to take it to Ancient up against Snakes Den. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the kind of players going into the survey, it does look like Snakes Den are going to come away with the kind of, the advantage heading into this, right? And so, with that said, we don't actually have 10 players in the server yet, not even close. And so you can't play a game of Counter-Strike without 10 players, and I can't stall for 10, 15 minutes. And so what we're going to do is we'll bring back the music just for a little bit. I'll come back once we have 10 players in the server and a match ready to show you guys. there's still only 8 players in the server, for those wondering. All right, I guess for the time being, we can come back to this. We do have all 10 players in the server, and shortly they will be all readying up. And I guess I want to preface a little bit by saying what we should be expecting going into this game, right? Snake's Den, they definitely off a hot streak. They run on overpass twice at the start of this season, and definitely some star players coming out on this, I guess, on the side of Snake's Den, right? Main player to watch out for, especially in a map like Ancient Oppers. We know how dangerous they can be. Ducky, you gotta watch out for him. If he's always lurking around the map, you turn a corner and you don't have the right utility, the right traits to work with, you will end up with a man down and potentially with losing a significant amount of map control that otherwise you would want to have in your possession. And with that said, Ducky Esports, they're gonna have to contest with that. And while I don't know much, I don't know a lot about these players. They're gonna have to go into this match knowing that if they want to win this, they need to eliminate Ducky's presence around the map. They need to be able to shut him down, preventing him from going for those opening picks. But not only that, they need to find some momentum into this game. If they can control the economy of Snake's Den, keep them at bay, I believe they could come away with this win tonight. The first one, that is. With that said, I just need to see. I need to see some players step up, right? I want to see some frags coming on the board. I need to see almost the kind of pace that Snake's Den forces out of the other teams. I need to see that shut down as we head into this game. And just one player left in the server to ready up. But I see the Chewy spam in the chat. Hopefully, we'll see some insane stuff from him coming into this game. I know I missed an ace from Ducky in the last game as well. He promised to me that he would make up for it. I'm expecting it. That was a promise made to me in good faith. I will feel forever betrayed if this game ends and I don't see another ace on Ducky's scorecards. But with that said, just one player left to ready up if I head into the game. We will be transitioning into this very slowly, I assure you, but the way ESEA is, there's always a potential that with 2 minutes left on the line, everyone's going to use every minute left, make sure that all the talks have been made. Everyone needs to go to the bathroom as well. That's usually what it is, right? But I hope everyone here is excited for this. I assume most of the people here are rooting for Snake's Den, but if not, we will see the alternatives. But yeah, heading into the 9th round now, heading into Ancient. My first time casting it this season, and hopefully looking to be a good one. Very complicated map to play with, I would say. Lots of angles that if you're not familiar with, you can get taken advantage of. Many, I guess, angles where utility can fly at you, and if you're not expecting it, could definitely catch you on the worst side of your game. And so, map control also a big kind of contesting point in this map as well, Working into our bomb side, it does take a little bit of prime information. You need to make your reads, and if you're the CTs, you're looking to try to take some map control away from T sides to make your impact known. And so, well, heading into our pistol round shortly, at least. I think Snake's Den. Sorry, I think. Yeah, Ducky, sorry, I think won their pistol round, so we'll switch the HUD before I forget to do that. But heading into round number 1. Couple bits of utility coming out from Snake's Den. 2 smokes, a flash and a Molotov to work with for a time being, and Ducky Esports will have 1 duck, pick up 2 flashes and a kit for themselves. And early on, heading towards the B side of the map, smoke's going to be lined up from Snake's Den and over towards A negated. He's waiting alone for the time being, but slowly we're waiting to work their way up as Ducky Esports constricted of information for the time being, but Smoke's gonna reveal their presence and negate it. He's spotting all these players. He's deciding to fall off. He doesn't want to contest this for the time being. Smoke's gonna grant Snake's Den the bomb site as the bomb starts to go down, but wanting to contest this. Negated going for a fight, and he grabs it first, but shortly traded out. The pistols start to clash. Glock's gonna take 2 heads of their own. Working their way out. 850 looking for one, but instead Chewy's gonna find one. More into the flank towards Donuts. Oh, barely whipping those shots, but pulling through towards the end. And it's just 850 left on his lonesome, but shortly traded out. That's going to be a pistol round for Snake's Den, and a great one at that. We don't really see many players heading towards the A side of the map on Ancient. It's nice to see that they're not scared, at least not yet. The rifles haven't been brought to the table. So starting off 1-0, Ducky Esports. They're not going to want to contest this round. They'll save with a couple of pistols to work with an aid in the hands of 850. They'll be looking to buy into this next round. So this pistol's going to swing this MAC-10. Chewy drops. Not enough help from his teammate. Hyena ready to follow up, but only 1 kill for him. So 2 rifles dropped to the CT side, but plenty of damage done. Only a couple bullets needed left in this round to clean this up as the bomb heads towards the A side of the map. Ducky Esports in a rough situation for sure. They might have recovered the rifles, but now they've lost all control they've needed to go for good post-plant situation here. Amon's aggressed up. This first, following up with the second. 50 with this AK-47. Not going to find more than a couple bullet connections as Oman grabs himself a triple and grabs his team the second round of this game. Great work from Snake's Den so far. I mean, falling with the pistol round, shutting down a potential fourth is exactly what you want to be doing. But Ducky, just with a couple of pistols, they'll be happy to find themselves those two kills. I don't think they'll be complaining about that too much. I mean, after all, they're coming into this round with the guns. This is really the one that matters the most. Is well, we come through for our first pause in this game. This is where the pressure starts to mount. Snake's Den, they'll be expecting this gun run. I know for a fact, well, they should be expecting, rather, the buy up in this round. They didn't spot much utility. They saw the players grouping up towards A. That's usually a reveal in and of itself that not much investment has been made by the CTs. And so, rifles out for both sides. Still a MAC-10 in the hands of Snake's Den. They'll be trying to get up close and personal with that, but freeze time coming to a close, and players start to be unleashed. An early smoke towards Cheetah. We'll isolate the CTs for the time being. Molotov in mid has been extinguished, and rifles lurking about. I'm assuming mid control should be the follow-up play here, but Chewy on his own. He's going to make some presence over towards Cheetah, and so detecting some congestion over towards mid. Wake barely missing the gunshots that just flew past his head. So 850 in towards Donut. He's now stuck here. Always take some gunfights of his own as the rotates start to work their way over towards A, but doubled up now in towards Donut. Negated, playing with fire here, just so close to this corner, but the first goes down. They haven't spotted 850 yet, so he gets his first kill. Actually, sorry, Wake gets his first kill. Following up with the second, but 850 going down. It's all down to Wake left on the bomb site. In for a 3v3, but the rotates are through. Snake's Den haven't necessarily committed to this for the time being. That's a big kill. Dropping that makes this situation a lot more difficult. The bomb's down with 30 seconds left. The rotate's gonna have to come through from the flank. Ducky, yeah, good position off the back of that smoke. He might just find himself a free kill, but not quite able to transfer quick enough with this crosshair. So Chewy in for a 1v3 and in on the flank. Not gonna find a single bit of luck there as Ducky Esports off the back of their gun round. Not the best one at that, but they'll find one round heading into this game. And Snake's Den, based off of that, probably not going to want to force back into this. They had, 3 or 4 players left alive at the end of that last round, and forcing back in here with some rifles of their own would be taking a chance, and they're not going to be taking it this time around. Grouped up towards mid for the time being. Push towards halls, and Ducky finds his first victim of the round. We see the Deagle making work already. Wake drops as well. Such great work from this T side already, plowing their way through mid, and you can see the Ducky Esports already starting to force rotations out. Lost for words, and Negated's pushed up. He's been spotted out, and so Wrath from Donut begins. Pistols looking to find their way into the bomb site. Bomb will start to rotate as well, but the remaining rifles on the side of Ducky need to prevent themselves dropping early on. UML catching a bullet to the shoulder. Situation gets a lot more difficult right now. Slowly working their way in. They're lacking information, they're lacking kills, but UMI, actually, I swear, every time on this HUD it looks like an L, but it's an I. It's Yumi. I take that. Finding another one, but the smoke goes down towards Donut. Chewy's left in an odd situation. The bomb's tapped, but forcing its way through its smoke. Tweaky finds the final kill, and just in time too. Actually, wait, is it? Hold on. Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was confusing time, but I just wanted to make sure. So Ducky able to follow up on the back of that. Scary up against the pistols. Just 2 counter-terrorists remaining alive as the scoreline settles to 2-2. But next gun round is what matters here. And Snake's Den gambling that this could break the economy of Ducky Esports. They'll be counting on it, actually. So AK is up for them. Full utility to back it up. Players in towards mid. Ducky was left. These extremities open for the time being, but that's information over towards B. Thing will be found. It's information that's going to be relayed out through mid. 850's found a kill with the AWP and looking for more. That's a shot he's going to regret missing. Now stuck between a rock and a hard place. That flick isn't going to connect either, so players starting to force their way through, but Wake in through mid's gonna find his rotate. I think pick that kill off the back of his shoulder there at the end. So Hornet now in for a 1v3, finding the first but fumbling his utility. Yumi's gonna clean him up. It's really disorienting me how Ducky has their team tag as the suffix and Snake's Den have it as the prefix. I'm absolutely fumbling those words, but we'll have to make do. Ducky Esports will take control of this game off the back of losing those first 2 rounds. So in relative dominant fashion, they've regained control of the momentum. A lot quieter from Ducky Esports. They're not looking to contest anything for the time being. Negated's pushed his way towards the B halls, but instead the focus from Snake's Den is going to be towards mid. They're looking to crunch this and try to find some kills, some rifles to put into their hands to make things a little bit easier, but playing with fire here. Deagle shots whizzing past his head, and he finds another one. Ducky delivering once again. The rotation's going to have to come through. 850 with the off in-hand flick, not going to connect. This does open up a dangerous opportunity. These gunfights now. So close. Swicking the timing not in his favor. He's going to go down. Negated, going back to where he came from. He's looking to try to find a nice gunfight in this post-fight situation. As in through Donut, Snake's Den start to work their way through. Negated's going to find a kill on the flank, but unfortunately that's not the bomb. It's going to work its way down, hopefully without relatively little stress. And lots of good skill with the offense. They're going to find it. 2 players drop as well, though. Oh no, the rifles dropping, but Ducky Esports finally going to find it there towards the end as Tweaky finds a double. 4-2, but you can see how effective the pistols are from Snake's Den. Jackie finding that opening means big business for them. They recover that rifle, and you can see how forced Ducky Esports were to rotate, force that flank, rather force the hold on that flank, and their economy still not looking to get so many of these players down to nothing. Snake's Den, they'll be handed their next chance to work their way back into this game. One win is all they need. A lot more quiet pace from both of these teams. Neither one wanting to make the first mistake. It's not for the time being. 15 left to work with. Cheetah will be the first point of contention. Ducky Esports not going to contest. Instead, pushing in towards mid. Wake's going to find the first kill. Jackie was waiting, but not going to get the better of that gunfight this time around. So Bomb going to start to rotate his way over towards the B bomb side. This will be the first time we see Snake's Den make an attempt on the take, but thought Ducky for a second was going to try to work his way up there instead. He'll set and hold for the time being. A Snake's Den will have to contest with 3 players ready and waiting on the bomb site. But with the right utility, all these players can be held at bay, forced back and into awkward positions. It's over in mid. 850 finds another victim. Hornets pushed up into his crosshairs, and so execute now forced out of the hands of Snake's Den. Oman to be the first to walk out, but playing around the pillar. Ducky Esports going to find the first kill, followed up by Chewy. A double of his own. It's not what Ducky Esports wanted for the time being. Smoke's going to fade soon, though. I'm going to say Snake's Den wouldn't be granted the first gunfight. Caught with his hands behind his back. In an awkward situation. Hyena is going to be brought down as well. Brought down to his knees. Ducky Esports grab their 5th, and that's another blundered opportunity from Snake's Den. They find their way into the bomb site, but unfortunately, there's just 3 players left to work with. Drop down to 2 relatively early on that post flank. Going to be an easy situation for Ducky Esports, and man, they're definitely lacking momentum. This is exactly what I said we needed out of Ducky Esports. They found the momentum early on. They're controlling the economy of Snake's Den very well. We've seen them on low buy so many times, but the loss bonus now starting to come out in play. And Snake's Den now with more chances to play with as we reach our next pause of the game. Second one as we enter our 8th round. But yeah, I can't do anything but commend what Ducky Esports have done so far. They lost those first 2 rounds. You know, this round you can always bring that down to a gamble. You know, some of the time at least, depending on who you ask. In the second round, well, they opted to save, and hey, a good decision for them. They won the immediate 5 rounds following that save, and they're making really good work of the CT side so far. The rounds have been really close. You could argue that a couple of situations, had they just worked out slightly better for Snake's Den, we could be looking at a different half so far, but the reality will start to kick in soon. Snake's Den are running out of chances. To win the rounds and put this half into their advantage. Interestingly enough, this is actually something I just noticed. Yumi's using an M4A4, which is interesting because on a map like Ancient, you're almost always fighting someone on the other side of the smoke. You're almost always maneuvering your way around. I mean, even in like post-plant situations, there's always a smoke up and you're always trying to find the first kill through the other side of it, right? If you're in CT, you can be shooting towards the A side of the map. There's plenty of those pre-fire angles. If you're on the B side of the map, you can be shooting around the pillar. You know, if you're smoked off towards long, you can be pre-firing the A ramp. If you're in towards cave, you can be spamming. You can drop a smoke and spam that as well. So it is an interesting choice. Not something I would have gone for sure. But I mean, hey, 7 kills in the server so far. You can't really doubt the man, at least for the time being. But Snake's Den, they have invested back into this round. No reason why they shouldn't. Jackie's got the op in play. This is something we've been awaiting this entire game so far, but now it's in play. Things do start to change up. Ducky Esports might have to play their angles a little bit more passively. Not every angle is easy to hold at range, especially when you have Jackie on the other side, but Pause coming to a close. 50 zombie. He's been crucial so far. Finding the right kills. Playing around the smoke. Wake's gonna drop. Push in for mid, and so first victim going to fall, and early B control is gonna go in the favor of Snake's Den. Way up towards the A ramp. First contact gonna be gained, and Snake's Den players are being pushed at a low HP, but Ducky not gonna find anything. Yumi forced in an awkward situation, but well positioned at an off angle. He finds himself first, but straight through the smoke, he will fall. So 2 players left standing. Ducky Esports finally running out of luck. Bringing off towards long. They don't find a kill in the next couple seconds, as I'm surely that seals the deal. Negated, keeping the AK in hand. The economy been brought to his knees. Snake's Den will win their 3rd round, and that's all it took. Early kill towards short. Follow up in towards the B bomb site, not wasting any time. Ducky Esports lose their 1st round, following the pistol and the save. Terrorists win. You could see how Ducky Esports, I mean, they put so much attention there over towards short. They had 2 Cheetah. They had the push from short as well, at least from mid. They lost that first kill, and you could see the way they pivoted back towards the bomb side, and they almost anticipated the hit, but didn't quite react quite quickly enough to keep Snake's Den at bay, and so Force Buy going to be brought back out. No reason why Ducky Esports shouldn't try to go for this. They could reverse the situation if they win this round, but earlier pace being brought out by Snake's Den towards mid, and Wake, he's only got a smoke to contest with. He's trapped in towards Donut already. Omad posted, ready to clear him out. Just staring each other off for the time being, but Wake with a nice angle, and he's still not going to find the better of him. And Omad ready to trade, but negated. Finds himself a double, and so you can see already repositioning over towards the B side of the map. And oh no, players missing shots all over the map. Snake's Den were granted an opportunity there to bring the man advantage back, but they'll fail. And Hyena, he's looking to respond early on. He's working his way out towards the B side of the map. Yumi's lurked in towards the cubby. His teammates close by if need be, and MP9 only needs to find 1 kill to make this a done deal for the CT side. The retake much easier if you only have 2 players to contest with, and so there's the first, and not able to trade. Hornet will get it after he swings, but Ducky looking nice and comfortable here towards Cave. Missing the shot though. Jackie, uncharacteristic of him as he drops. Negated. Finding his 3rd in the round as he cleans up towards the end. And so Ducky recovering after that. The B rush, and they'll make up for it in the next round. Back on the pause though. Snake's Den forcing back into this. They have the money to do it, but you can see Ducky Esports, their economy's still so low. As the utilities bought back in, not a single player above $1,000 to work with, and Yumi now with the op in hand. Double op set up for the CT side. It will mean that this entire defense, they only have 3 Molotovs to work with. And on a map like Ancient, where the executes come, they come quick, they come with a lot of utility, and sometimes even the lurks that can come out and just tap you at any given moment. You really need Molotovs to work with, and not only to stop the set pieces, but to also work your way back onto retakes. Those Molotovs so crucial in isolating angles and keeping the gunfights fair. But Hornet, what an excellent shot from him, forcing Wake back already. That smoke's gonna be wasted as Snake's Den start to plow their way in towards House, but the op just not ready as it finds its only victim of the round. Wake looking to respond, pushing through the smoke, and almost finding the timing there. He might just try to keep going for this. Snake's Den find themselves in a nice situation. Negated, missing a couple shots, but he'll find the kill as Wake doubles up with the bomb. That's huge. So Snake's Den separated all over the map. They get dropped 1 by 1 and negated. The hero of that last round gets caught out with a gun of his own out. Tweaky playing with fire here. Spots the shoulder. Will win him that gunfight. And so Jackie in for a 1v2. He doesn't have the op in hand this time. But just as good on a rifle. Players separated. Oh no, this timing is disastrous. Oh no! Wait, gonna win the better of it, and once again, the buy of Snakes Den, the gun round rather, not gonna be enough as Ducky find their 7th round, but still, their economy's so low. They have 2 AKs in hand. They've kind of been juggling these around in these after round scenarios for at least a couple rounds, but now 2 MP9s out for the CT side. Just not a lot to work with. They're opting for the utility this time around, maybe anticipating a B rush. You can see the early utility set to stop it. Double aggression towards the B halls. Looking for information. 850's not going to find it, but that smoke's going to reveal the situation to Snake's Den. That's going to be relayed. Map control's been lost. Time to find it somewhere else. Mid control in the possession of Snake's Den. They got it relatively stress-free as utility over towards B. The rotates have found their way in as Wake over towards Donut's been forced off towards the A side of the map. That does. Almost more importantly is it draws 850 out of the B bomb site. So 2 players left to contest with as the bomb lurks out, lining up some utility. This could be a B bomb site take. Ducky, maybe not strong enough to contest this. Viewme can find this first kill, not Flash. This will be huge. Might just seal the deal as he can't even find the first kill. He drops and Tweaky. He's left in the cave. He's been here before and he's done well for his team. He's ready to work his way down. Oh no, 850's been granted 2 free kills. No one's watching it, and that makes this plus plan situation so much more difficult. They had 5 players alive just a couple moments ago, but Jackie's made it play. He's made it his play, and he's working around perfectly. Wait, did he just find another kill off the back of that? I'm really struggling to understand what just happened, but Molly gonna isolate Hyena for the time being. The Molly's gonna fade though, and Gunfight's gonna be forced out. He will win it. Plenty of time to work with. Kid in hand. Another post-plan situation goes to favor of Ducky Esports, and that's all on the back of that double kill from 850. Pushing his way through. He doesn't drop the bomb. That would have made things slightly easier, but grabbing that double prevents Snake's Den from posting at least a foolproof post-plan situation. So 5 rounds separating these 2 teams now, heading into round number 12. And Snake's Den looking desperate at this point. Enough money to buy in every round, but just not quite enough to keep all of the situations Ducky Esports are presenting this T side at bay. So Hornet dropping early onto that op. Forcing their way out through mid relatively early on. They've made a really good read here. This could just work out in their favor. They spotted no contestation though. I'm not sure if this T side's aware of it. Tweaky gonna be hearing this now. Call's gonna be made. Split is coming through as Ducky Esports have isolated themselves in towards cave. It's gonna be spotted. The FAMAS gonna have no luck. Bomb gonna be planted, but once again, Snake's Den have left the bomb side, and Yumi looking for this first one, and he'll find it. Headshot. Just his to find that nade, making things a little bit easier, but forced in front of the smoke. Snake's Den will recover as these last 2 players far away from the bomb site. 3 players to contest with and no utility to go for this. They're going to opt to save this AWP, I'm sure of it. So Snake's Den lingering on their T side, but Ancient, it's difficult, right? It's a map where if you don't get a strong start in your T side, it is very difficult, and I don't mean strong start just by winning the pistol and the follow-up round that we saw them won. If you can't get momentum going on your gun rounds on this map, it is very difficult to find your way back into it. You do let, or it is really easy to let CT set the pace, go for those early kills, and you do almost have to force yourself to change up the setups that you're you're approaching the game with on your T sides. Well, and while Ducky Esports haven't necessarily been going for those early round kills, they have been switching their setup a lot. We see them go for those early kills over towards the A side of the map. There's aggressive positioning in mid, which we're going to be seeing again in this round here with the Eagles. As well as the early control over towards B. So they usually opt to take a gamble somewhere over towards the map, or rather somewhere on Ancient, right? Pick a side of the map, pick a couple nice angles, grab a couple players, and go for an early kill. Make things a little bit more difficult for this T side. And 30 seconds into the round, not much contention from either side, but Shubi's find a first kill over towards the B bomb site. That's him doing a great job of lurking his way up. 12 kills in the server so far, pulling his weight for his team for the time being. But this house smoke's going to fade shortly, and Jackie, he's looking his way around it. No one's going to be on the other side for the time being, but cheetah control going to be grabbed. Jackie's hearing these footsteps, and Yumi's looking hungry. He doesn't necessarily have the read that anyone's pushed up close, and he'll rotate his way back towards the east side of the map, but Jackie's playing for the post-play situation right now. He's waiting for his teammates to make the play as they're rotating back towards the east side of the map. This is a great work from this T side as Yumi not ready for it. He drops. Jackie just needs to drop that Molotov, and the A bomb site secured. A50 going to be stuck holding that mid push, but Jackie's already disappeared, and so Shubi's already on the lurk, but not going to find a single kill. Negated, getting the better side of him this time around. These aggressive post plants. Looking strike true. 850 forcing his way out. That's a first kill for Snakesden on the post plant, but the opt down, arguably more importantly. So, forced into this round, looking for anything to work with. Finding another kill, though. Tweaky's found himself a double, and oh my gosh, this CT side's making it work. They somehow found every kill, but I don't think they have the time. Negated, the only one with the kit, just too far away from the bomb site, and so they'll save the op and the AK, but man, that was looking dangerous. Pushing a little bit too far. Snakesden wanted those rifles out of the hands of Ducky Esports. You can't blame them. But it will cost them everything they have. Their buy is looking very similar to the stuff they've been bringing into a lot of these rounds now. So despite the round win, some of these players still not with perfect utility to be working with. But the CT side now back to basics. Deagle, Famas, 2 players and already gone through most of their utility set. Just 2 smokes left on the board. No mollies. Control from Snakesden, working their way in towards Cheetah and pushing their way up in case of any regression later on. We have seen it from Ducky Esports, and so good adjustment. Early gunfight gonna come through. Wade gonna be happy to stay alive off the back end of that one. Finally, he's gonna fall, but position now revealed towards Jackie. He's looking for that kill and maybe a little bit too greedy. The A4 was gonna take him down, but negated. Finding a lurk out towards the A ramp. And, oh man, situation starting to fall apart for Snakesden. They found that first kill. Not quite satisfied with it. 850 looking to respond. He needed information for his team to secure the round, and he definitely pulled his weight this time around. And Hyena, awkward gunfight for him. So it's all down to Omad. First kill in the round, not necessarily guaranteeing it. 3 kills left to go as he finds the first headshot onto 850. He did so much work for his team. Not necessarily to blame for losing that one, and negated. Pushed over towards the B side of the map. From the very start of the round, we'll find his final victim as we enter the last round of the first half. Yeah, this has been a very exciting game. You can see the pressure that Duck Esports are applying to Snakesden. It's almost as if they're caught off guard. They're not necessarily going for those aggressive kills every round, but just the kind of prospect of it has forced so much patience out of them. They're working with a good T side. They're forcing their way out towards mid at the later stages, but sometimes you can see the trades just not quite working in their favor. They don't come away with those man advantages they need. Some of them spread out so far across the map. The rounds we've seen them win have been just brute force, get your way into a bomb site, establish a nice post plant before things fall apart. And so they'll have one last chance left to do it in this half. 2 deagles out for them. A little bit of util to work with left, but can't second guess which bomb site you go for at this point. No information to work with, but they'll make their gamble over towards B for the time being. Luckily, it is the right one. Umi spotting ahead. Dealing 43 points of damage as Jackie falls back in towards the abyss, but smoke gonna come over towards B. Several smokes. He's gonna be calling this out, and he wants some aggressive kills. An excellent spray down from him, finding the 2 his team needed for the time being. Bomb gonna go down shortly, but Umi finding another. Spray through the smoke, so powerful. This is exactly what we were talking about. He finds himself a 4th, looking for the ace. Surely he goes through this. He's not patient enough. But Hornet, 30 seconds left, the bomb down. He has nothing left to work with, and oh man. Surely Snakes are beating themselves up about that one, but 850 gonna rob him of the ace, and Ducky Esports secured themselves a 10th round, 10-5 half. After losing the pistol round on Ancient, that's impressive. I'm excited about what we can see in the second half, for sure. It was against a force buy. We did see 2 of those players on pistols, so not the flashiest, but it's definitely what's needed in the moment, right? It is a big mental shutdown to say, oh, okay, we're in the bomb site. Let's get the bomb down. We can work our way back from this, and just immediately 2 players drop through the smoke. That can be soul crushing, but you know, new half, new teams, new opportunities to present themselves, and so Ducky Esports, 2 smokes, a molly, 2 flashes to use to force their way out mid with 4 players ready to stand guard. He's gotten a little bit ahead of his teammates. He's going to collide over in Donut, but Hornet finding an excellent first. Teammates right behind him if need be, but I'm afraid this might present for this CT side. But Omot's found another, and all of a sudden this 2v2, actually, as I say, that's going to fall apart. So all down to Jackie for a 1v2. One of these players on 50 HP, and the bomb hasn't worked its way down just yet, but spotting one, going for those taps, not going to quite connect, and oh man, so close, but patient. He finds the headshot onto negated and isolating the 1v1. He has the information, looking to try to force it, but just one couple bullets left to work with. He'll secure the reload, but this is such a dangerous situation. Tweaky scared out of his mind, and Jackie finds it in for a 1v2. Snakes in recovering with the second pistol round. They'll find both in this game, and just a little bit of disrespect to add it on top. Exactly what they needed. After a rough first half, that could be exactly what Snakes Den needed to, if anything else, emotionally get back into this. Ducky Esports, they got the bomb plant, and they're going to want to use it in their favor. Rifles out for them. 4 Galils in a MAC-10. But unfortunately, that doesn't leave much utility to work with. They're going to spot the rifles out. So information now in possession of Snake's Den, and they're going to use it to their advantage. I'm not sure where that kill came from. I think Hornet got a kill over the top of the boxes. But excellent job from Snake's Den. They've isolated this T side, and one smoke and 1 Molotov left to work with. They're going to have to use the rifles to force their way into a round win, but Snake's Den, similarly equipped. Silence across the board. 55 seconds left to work with. 50 seconds left to make a decision, and indeed, out towards B, smoke's gonna drop. Molotov to force situation for the time being, but 3 terrorists ready to unleash terror. Around the pillar, 3 counter-terrorists ready to meet them, and Hornet and Jackie double up and towards the ramp. Umi not going to have any more luck, and so it's all down to Wake. Galil in hand, 30 seconds left to work with, the bomb just too far out of reach. They're going to have to kill 4 players to make that happen, and Shooty's going to clean up towards the end. Snake's Den find themselves the second round at the start of this half. Both halves starting off in their favor, but this time around, Ducky Esports invest into the second, and they'll lose everything as a result. So Snake's Den looking well poised to bring this round difference down to just a couple of points. Finally letting momentum go into their favor. Nade's doing an excellent job. Hornet grabbing a double just off the back of it. The spam from Chewy is going to find him a kill. Hornet stealing all of his kills as he looks to try to find himself the ace, and indeed he does. Great work from him in round number 18. This is the point that Snake's Den have been struggling with. Their gun rounds. Ducky Esports gonna bring themselves into the first one. Forcing the situation out mid. He's looking for a first kill, and instead he gets dropped. Forced behind this utility. Negated drops himself to 20 HP as well, and so great start from Snake's Den. It might not exactly have been on their terms. Ducky Esports putting themselves in a rough situation, but Snake's Den will be happy for it. Util towards mid will be contested. Jackie flashed off as this T side starts to clear its way out. Nade will deal some damage, but now 3 players to fight against. Jackie's found it first. Aina not wanting to drop early on here. And it left on the clock, and there's still other gunfights to fight, other ones to win, but unfortunately not enough opportunities to fall back. He'll drop the negated. So now the opportunities presented to Ducky Esports just got slightly more interesting. Expecting a rotate towards the A side of the map, they'll force their way in towards spawn. Potentially wrap their way over towards the B side of the map. But, oh no. Wake's found a kill. Chewy needing to get that kill. He's going to drop. Tweaky's going to force his way back over towards the B side of the map. Nomad forced into a very difficult 1v2 situation. Both the remaining players, they'll work their way in towards cave, and Omad stuck behind that smoke. Lacking information now. He does have a kit. It's the bomb planted on null, apparently. Omad is ready to deliver, but it all comes down to Wake, and the first gunfight gonna go his way, and so Ducky Esports, double digits heading into the second half. They'll back it up as we enter our next pause time. And man, you have to feel for Snake's Den. They put themselves in so many good situations, and they fall short at almost the very last hurdle. We saw so many of those situations, Hyena falling back from Donut. If that kill goes different, you know, Ducky Esports maybe can't force their way in towards spawn. That gunfight over on the B bomb side, if I forgot who it was, I think if Wake doesn't get that kill, this entire situation plays out differently. Maybe Ducky Esports force the gunfights in towards house. Maybe you know, all those players drop. Chewy could maybe get that double. It does seem like Snake's Den are just losing the key gunfights. And I mean, yeah, it's costing them. The game is still close. There's plenty left to work with, but approaching the middle end of the second half. How many opportunities can you keep giving to your opponent? Ducky Esports find themselves working towards the A side of the map for the first time this game. First kill gonna go their way, but Jackie in through CT will find his first. And the A1S almost delivering, but Chewy ready as well. It's all down to Yumi. AK in hand, looking for the tap and trying to present himself into 3 1v1 opportunities, but the op in the hands of Ducky is well posted, and he finds himself third in the round. Exactly what we were looking for out of him on the CT side. So dangerous. I'm sure Ducky Esports know that. I highlighted it before the start of the game. So with that said, this game not over. Ducky Esports back onto pistols. Snake's Den going to be granted an opportunity to bring themselves to double digits. A good chance to capitalize on it. Crossfire in towards Cheetah. Chewy trying to find the aggressive angle on it with the swing. Well positioned from him. Off angle will drop Wake. Not looking like they want to recontest, at least for the time being. Smoke will seal the deal on that. Instead, out towards mid. Tweaky's forced his way through with his teammate. Not going to find anything for the time being. And so Bomb still stuck at Bomb. Someone's gonna have to go get that at some point, but working their way over towards Donut. Hyena's posted. Presented 2 bodies. He drops them both. Eagles. Prentice had so many awkward gunfights. He'll drop without much fuss. An 850. Just a matter of time before he gets sealed into Doom as well, as Hornet works his way up Catwalk, and Snake's Den finding themselves double digits with no players lost on the offset of that eco round. And I mean, hey, if there's anything the Snake's Den need at this point, it was that flawless round. They have been struggling to maintain their economy for this entire game. They've been struggling to pull out rounds in a row. And now they've got the money. They've got the op in the hands of Ducky. They're on the defensive side. The gunfight's arguably more favorable in those situations. So we stand to see if Ducky Esports can resist the might that can be built by CT sides here on Ancient. Control following suit and starting to work their way up towards Donut. Hyena spotted a couple shoulders, but those are gunfights you can't lose. He's dropped here before. Gunfighter zone. He's forced himself back into the Molotov. Securing control off the back of that smoke. Ducky going for an aggressive pick. He finds one, but can't follow up with the flick onto the second. That's a big kill. Could have granted this round win over to Snake's Den, but now the rotate's been cut off. That's what Ducky Esports were looking for, at least for the time being. They've got so many players posted here, ready for a mistake to be made. And so all Ducky Esports have to do now is group up, hit a bomb site, and both negated here, holding this rotate. They only need to find themselves into a bomb site to essentially secure a round win, but 30 seconds left. Omon's found himself in a nice situation, finding a kill through the smoke. Not able to fall up onto the second, but instead it'll be Hyena to find with Chewy. Finds the kill onto negated. That's actually big. Flank's been shut down as the bomb starts to work its way down. Tweaky dodging the bullets like he's in the Matrix. But it's all down to him. 1v2, 48 HP. One's gonna go his favor, but oh, you could see his crosshair shifting up there at the back end of that spray, and Hornet's gonna grab the kill. So scoreline equalized 11-11. Op recovered, and bomb plant might just be the saving grace for Ducky Esports. They'll find themselves with enough money to reinvest, and not necessarily with a perfect buy, depending on what they want to bring into this, but enough for weapons, enough for basic utility, just enough to work with, because this is where Snake's Den get dangerous. The moment they start to bring themselves momentum, you can get choked out of the server. You can lose rounds before you even know you're in them. Switching up the pace, though. Ducky Esports in possession of Cheetah before we even hit the 20-second mark. Not able to respond, at least for the time being. But this crossfire set up, and And this is so dangerous. Molotov could do great work here, but oh, it's just so awkward. Mortar finds the first kill and ready to follow up is Chewy, looking for the second, and he finds it. And so Bomb trapped outside of the ramp behind a smoke, and teammate lurking over in mid. Snakes then find themselves in a 4v2 situation. A very favorable one at that. They haven't conceded any control, at least not a lot of it. So while Wake is posted, pushed his way in towards the flank, he is being watched. Tweaky, bomb in hand, start to work away his way up the ramp, but Jackie is ready and waiting. Just presented with the right opportunity to find himself a kill, but oh my, what an excellent shot from Tweaky. Gunfight forced on the flank, and it's almost an all down to Chewy. He's in a good situation to handle this. Kills on the flank, gonna be forced out. Wake finding himself in a nice situation, but bomb plank gonna be dropped, and 24 seconds left to work with. Wake in for a 1v1. He's been the hero of this round so far, putting himself well-positioned situations for his 1v1s, but can't quite make it work. Chewy with a 4K, bringing his team into the lead of this game once again. We haven't seen them in the lead since round number 3. I guess round number 4. You could argue round number 4. But yeah, for sure, Chewy delivering big when it's needed. 21 and 15, and man, you can see scoreboard's been lit up. Ducky Esports looking so well in those mid rounds. The kills, you can see the pathing from them almost perfect. And Omad gonna drop to those deagles so quickly, and that gun recovered. Honestly, you might even consider the safe immediately if you can't get something going. Jackie working around this, finding himself 2 no-scope. The pistols kept at bay by the rifles, and he's looking for more. In through from Donut. Kill's gonna come through, and man, that situation snowballed very quickly for Ducky Esports. They could have found themselves with a bomb down, op in hand, and aggressive post plans to shut down the rifles, but push themselves a little too far. Jackie responds. Well, he does drop. Finds himself some much needed second, or rather 2 kills. Snakes Den find themselves at 13. And for our next gun round, potentially one of the last full ones. Ducky Esports now with the lost bonus. Actually, they could buy in this next round. I'm not too concerned. Starting to run out of chances. Round difference now. Not ideal. The first player spotted out. Jackie will find it. Quick work from him before he gets dropped. But Nikkei did not want to contest that. Very common to place 2, maybe even 3 players over to mid on some rounds. All alone. Fall back for the time being. Bombs rotated in towards B. And that's an excellent first kill from 850. Bomb site's been opened up, and his utility starts to work its way in. They're playing it slow for the time being, actually. I don't think they shouldn't realize they have control of the bomb site, but they haven't gambled on it. Instead, in towards mid, Hyena dropping the lurk. And so finally, missed Molotov, though. That's unfortunate. Playing around the site, though. 850, well placed with the op. Flashbang doesn't blind him. Presented with a free kill. 3 players left to contest with Snakes Den. Gonna need some heroics to bring this back down from a 2v3. Hyena's gonna find another free gunfight in towards the ramp, though, and this situation just got a lot more dangerous. I don't understand. Ducky Esports going for gunfights they can't afford to lose, and Hyena cleaning up towards the end. 2v3 situation going to unfold. Snakes Den find themselves a 14th, but I wasn't expecting any of that. They had the post-plant situations. They had the crossfire set up. They just needed to swing off of the cave positioning. But both of the ramp players drop before Cave ever makes contact, and Snakes Den, I mean, they'll take it. Definitely not what they were looking for, though. An early presence coming out from these mid players. Wake with an excellent Well-placed entry. He knew exactly who he was going for there. Spotted out. Information on the flank. It's all 4 players work their way in. Up. Oh, so close. Wake just playing with his food, not taking the shot yet. And you can see how both these teams are responding. Progressing in towards the A lobby. Snakes want to find themselves in good post-plant situations in case they head towards A. As indeed, Ducky Esports will start to make their pounce. Kill from the A lobby. Omad finds himself a double. It's 850. Still focused on B side of the map. He's left his teammate Ducky to deal with 2 here towards A, but 50 seconds left. You could argue the last chance for Ducky to start working their way into this half as, oh man, doubling up. Ducky Esports find their way in. This is exactly what they needed. Bomb not gonna go down. Not gonna go down. Hyena going to pounce. 50 finds himself in an awkward situation, and Hyena finds the kill through the smoke. So 15 map and match point for Snake's Den after very troublesome first half, but finding confidence here in the second, and Ducky Esports now looking at a gas. Bring every single last bit of utility, everything left in the armory, the bank's depleted. Everything is left on the line. 4 players start to maneuver their way over towards the B side of the map. Lots of spam coming out. I'm sure that information will be relayed over to the CT side, and well, they've already got 4 players well positioned. 3 players, sorry, and Jackie working his way up. He finds the first kill, but so many up behind it to follow up. That smoke will do good work to isolate this T side, but they find themselves in front of it. And with a man advantage, the bomb ready to work its way down. Gated's found a kill on the flank, and that op missing its first shot. Oh man, dangerous, but negated. Following up again, leaves Omad in for a 1v3. Finds the first kill, but 850 with the op. We'll find the last kill after missing a few shots, and so Ducky hanging on for the time being. But 3 rounds left to go. They have to win all of them. Snake's Den, you know, they've been granted a chance to pull away with the win here at this stage. They'll save. They'll make use of the remaining chances to put themselves in a good situation. They'll send all 5 players over towards A side of the map. They're just looking to take some rifles away, cause some chaos, make them a little bit more scared, but negated finds contact, and the pistol starts to swing through. That's not enough. The USPs overwhelm him. It's an AK recovered for the CT side. Sure, they can make good work with it, but that's information relay. They're already in on the flank as they start to work their way in towards the spawn. Hornet now. Oh man, all these CTs should be well positioned. AK not gonna quite deal enough damage, so the positioning falling short. I'm gonna start to work his way down. Leg's been spotted, and just a little bit more damage from Jackie, but almost a sure round for Ducky Esports as every opportunity presented to Snake's Den just gonna fall short for the time being. I think they're gonna have to play exits. See if they can take any more rifles out of their hands. I think they recognize at this point you can't really go for a round win, and so Omad going to drop as well. And yeah, I mean, once again, you could see the mid-round decision making from Ducky Esports. They lost that first kill, and they worked their way in towards the flank. Maybe they were expecting to cash it off. Maybe they were expecting the push from Snake's Den to work its way over towards B, or it doesn't really matter, right? You could see the decision making almost actively just by looking at the radar. They found themselves in a good situation over towards the A side map. So despite the awkward gunfights, they do find themselves a step closer to overtime. But another round. Snake's Den. They're putting everything on the line here. Op is out. Lackluster weaponry. They've got some weapons in hand, but 2 FAMASas on the board. It's not going to be preferred as 850 finds his first victim. Not what you wanted for the CT side. Because they lack this utility, you can see how far back they've been forced to play. They've completely given up control over towards mid. Ducky Esports, they recognize that after this gun round, well, not much utility to work with the CT side. Might be opportunistic to work your way up towards A. Early smokes from CT. Omod's looking to try to isolate some angles, so they've done a good job at baiting at the last of this utility. Just 1 smoke and 2 flashes left for Snake's Den, but the rotate's going to start to come through. In on the flank, Jackie's worked his way through. He's got his gun out, so first victim going to fall. Excellent follow-up from Jackie. They only need to live now. Omod, a Moss in hand, will deliver, and it's all down to Wake and Tweaky. Oh, gunfight's barely missing, and Tweaky finds the kills through the smoke, but oh no, Chewy bring it down to a 2v1. It's all down to Tweaky. Last hope between his team and 0-3. CTs are split. He has information on Jackie. That's an excellent first kill. Well positioned. He's working his way around beautifully, but knife out. Oh no, what an awkward situation, but he finds it. 14th round for Ducky Esports. Just a 1 moment away from overtime, and they could do it. Excellent positioning from him, and oh man, you can see that the effect this had on Snake's Den. They did invest everything in that last round, and so close but so far. We saw the kills going into their favor. But advantages, never a perfect predictor of a round outcome. It's last chance for both of these teams. Snake's Den, they need 1 to go 3-0. Ducky, they need this to even contest. Clock starts to tick. The rifles grouped up. They want to be ready for any crossfires Snake's Den present to themselves. This is not the part of the game where they want to find themselves getting multi-killed. Ducky into the smoke. Jackie drops. I'm not exactly sure how that's presented itself, but in towards Cave. Hornet drops as well, and so Chewy gambling in through the smoke. This isn't going to be expected by this T side. Oh, I'm ready and waiting, and Chewy finds himself a double. That's big. Another lifeline to work with. So Omod starts to come in on the flank. So Ducky Esports lacking information. 850 has secured information towards CT. Rather, he's got the position. So isolated to the flank. Flashes to work with, but I doubt that's going to be useful. So now information, now running low. 850 finds another, and Tweaky sealing the deal. Overtime's on the cards, and wow, this game so close. Both of these teams delivering on their CT sides, but Snake's Den just... Man, they seem to lose out on those late round situations so often in this game. Yeah, I'm curious to see what any of you guys think heading into this, because a lot of these rounds have been very they've been very hit or miss by both these teams. More so Snake's Den than anyone else, right? A lot of opportunities for, I would say, I mean, a lot of these players, it hasn't even been any one player just failing to come short when an opportunity is presented to them, and well, despite they're not necessarily playing wrong. Ducky Esports isn't necessarily playing better. I would say both these teams are fairly well matched right now. I mean, that is indicative of the fact that we're in overtime, right? But there's just so much to read into right here. So many things that could have gone wrong for both teams. So many things that could have gone well for both teams that, I mean, we could have been seeing completely different scorelines right now. If Ducky Esports maybe could have won that second pistol round, we could be seeing an entirely different second half there. If Snake's Den could have followed up in the first gun rounds, a couple of those clutch situations could have gone any different. You know, we could be seeing an entirely different first half. Maybe Snake's Den could have come away with this win, but everything unimportant to both of these teams as overtime presents itself. Pace accelerates. Both teams now with money. Plenty of it to work with. They'll use a lot of it. Trying to find an early kill. Force some control out of the other team. And, well, Ducky Esports still keep themselves over to the B-log for the time being. 850 is posted with the op. We've seen him get so many kills in this very position. And you can almost see the adjustments Snake's Den have made. They're, I guess, rotated out, right? But an excellent nade from Omad. He'll be seeing that one after the game. I'm sure he'll be enjoying that one, but oh man. Smoke's gonna land. Molotovs to work with, oh, Ducky over the smoke. Finding one. I'm not sure where that came from, actually. But Ducky finds a kill. Ducky. I'm looking at the suffix again. 850 finds a kill with Diop. He's been delivering a lot in this game. Trying to find another opening. Currently 4v4, but all the utility already wasted from this T side. It's time to work their way in towards B. Chewy's ready to swing off of his teammate. First gunfight going to present itself, and indeed, Omad finds a kill. 3 people here, and so many gunfights to take. Tweaky's going to drop as well. It's all down to 850. He's been the hero of this team for so many rounds, now stuck within a 1v2, and Omad finds himself a 3K to find the first round in overtime. Man. "27 kills for Ducky, 26 for Chewy, 25 for Hornet," and yeah, Ducky Esports, their players just as well distributed. In towards mid, first player's gonna drop, negated with a nice 2K. Looking to respond, Omad finds one, but there's so many players in front of him. He needs to get more, or at least fall back, but that second kill is going to be enough, and Chewy lines up too. Bringing himself closer and closer to the 30 bomb mark. Hornets, 5-7's out in hand. I think he's expecting Wake to be on low HP. He's ready and waiting for this. Information now. Players, Hornets looking for this. Not connecting with that flick. He needed that. 5-7 though. Patient with the shots. He finds his head. Snake's Den, 17, and oh my lord. Clutch situation starting to go in their favor now, and this game turning on its head. Confidence now with the players of Snake's Den and Ducky Esports. I mean, they're finding themselves into bomb sites. Not something I could say for the same for Snake's Den with. And just one round away from a flawless half in OT. I'm not sure if that was Wake's intention, but it looked to me like both of those flashbangs missed. Utility placed over towards mid. Ducky Esports are not going to follow up on the back of it, though. They're just wanting to attract some attention as the rotates start to work their way over towards the B side of the map. Wake's going to find contact to a boosted offer. Time being, no, Wake's found himself in front of it, looking for a kill. He finds first contact and in front of a second Molotov as well. He finds 2 kills. Oh my gosh, Chewy absolutely deleted from the server, and Ducky now left to save what remains of this B-side defense. But 850, well posted with the op. work, and Omod cleaning up, though. Easy 1v1s for him as in on the flank. Hyena doing what he can. Down into 1v1 now. Oh, he spotted him in the smoke, but 850 finds the kill, and all these rounds are just so interesting. So many things. So close. Ducky Esports on the back of another clutch. Find themselves around. Oh man, my heart rate's up. My throat also slightly hurting. Meme that as much as you will. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, heading into this next half, right? I know, or rather, we've seen how good Ducky's CT sides are, but a lot of that was off the back of Snakesden's economy just being so hit or miss. They forced into so many of those rounds where they didn't have everything to work with. We saw so many of those rounds where maybe that one extra flash, one extra Molotov could have made the difference for them. So not counting anything out here. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, overtime, especially in a map like Ancient, I don't think I've ever even seen a game on Ancient go into overtime. But I mean, here we are. Two very well-matched teams, at least in the server. Find themselves in the second half of overtime. The first overtime, anything is possible. Snakesden with a gun round because, well, hey, this is overtime. Something they've been missing this entire game. Standard utility and early gunfights presented over towards B. 850 delivering once again. He's been so strong this game. Honestly, he could arguably the MVP of this. Just every impact, every kill from him has just been an impact frag on that T side, opening up this B bomb site so many times for his team. You could argue off those kills alone, Ducky Esports find themselves still contesting for this game. With that early kill, Snakesden force themselves over towards the B side of the map. Ducky, rather, Yumi, rather, I've done it again. Finds themselves with a kill, and the entry is just falling short. Snakesden running out of opportunities. Flash is well placed to get Chewie out on the bomb site. The bomb to be contested by that Molotov. Oh man, Yumi's just so well positioned with that op. Hyena, 4 players left to find. 30 seconds to do it, as I don't think he'll be granted any bomb plant here as Yumi finds himself 3. Well done from him, and the ops deliver in overtime, that's for sure. Tied up. Tabbed out for a second, my bad. Jackie over towards, I think it was middle actually. Yeah, over towards middle, he finds himself a kill. Regressing in towards mid, Wake finds himself a response, so 4v4 on the outside of the round. Cheetah gonna start to be contested, but Ducky not contesting it for the time being. B-bomb site only being possessed by Tweaky. Snakesden, they've been dealing with him on the B-bomb side this entire game. He's rotated in, but this utility not actually going to be indicative of an execute. 2 players rotated their way in, but instead, bomb site, the target is going to be A. I think they might be able to spot the barrels there. Wade looking for some 1v1s. The Molotov forces him out. He finds himself a kill. Spray, difficult to control. Second, gonna elude him, is negated. Finds the double spray down off the back of the A4. 1 round left to go. Ducky Esports clawed back this game. At the end of that second half, looked very difficult for them. The clutches put them here, and this last round of this first half, opportunity to seal it, I guess. Both teams patient. No pace changers in this round. He's stuck in towards Cheetah. He wants this gunfight in this round. Hyena ready to take it. Jackie finds a kill in towards mid. Tweaky's full blind. A1S presents him an opportunity, but Hyena gonna find the kill, and so 2 CTs drop. Ducky Esports running out of men to deal with here in overtime. 850. I mean, I've seen him in many situations like that this game. He's patient for those kills. Definitely wanting clean shots. Nothing wrong like that as an opper, but more shots down range, just more opportunities to get kills. That's usually the way things go in Counter-Strike. Very slow for both these sides. Chewy working his way in towards B. Yumi found a kill, and this is going to trigger the take out towards the B side, rather the A side of the map. Bomb will be planted, and oh man, these ops just doing so much work. Hyena in for a 1v3 to save his team from total destruction. This game ends 19-17. Ducky Esports finding themselves back in towards the lead. A little bit of trolling going on. 850, the hero of this game, if you ask me, doing a little bit of trolling there. But yeah, man, what an exciting game. Snake's Den can't quite find the better half of it. It's so difficult to describe what just happened. For sure. I'm gonna bring it to a break real quick. I will be right back. I just want to make sure we might be able to get an interview going. Hello, people. Yeah. Very, very unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, it has to be said. I do think that entire game is just characterized by 850 stepping up when he needed to. He hit every single important shot. And Snake's Den just couldn't quite get the better end of a lot of those clutches, a lot of those important gunfights, and yeah, I mean, it really does suck for them. But I mean, 2-1 in the season, plenty of opportunities left to fight back from that, and I'm sure that's going to be a learning opportunity. That demo holds plenty of learning opportunities for both of these teams, and so yeah, congratulations to Ducky Esports. They'll find themselves 1-2 on the season, so recovering slightly from their last 2 matches, especially that 16-0 in their last game. And so yeah, I think that'll be it for me today. No interview, unfortunately. We apologize, but hopefully more matches for me on this stream, and hopefully plenty more opportunities, because I mean, I need to see more this team, that's for sure. So good night, everybody. Stay safe. Yeah, I mean, go watch the other advanced games if they're still live, honestly. Yeah, go do that.